You know, I always wanted to be a stand-up.
You always wanted to be a stand-up?
Well, not always. Once. I'll tell you about my stand-up experience.
I want to hear about it. Here, let's get into it. This is Michael Somerville. Greetings from Somerville. We have a very, very, very special episode today. This is an exciting, in my apartment.
Yeah, it's really spectacular.
The most famous person that's ever been in this apartment.
Wow.
Geoffrey Cantor is my guest today.
Hi.
Thespian actor, a true actor. And I was joking with you, when I started this crazy business, you start stand-up and they say go take acting classes in case you ever get a sitcom. So every stand-up goes to like one of two places and tries to learn how to handle a script, and to the point where we can at least say lines. You, on the other hand, to me you are a serious actor.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Serious is not actually a term that's been used with me on a regular basis.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, although the roles I do have now, I've skewed to the serious.
Well, you do. You do dramatic. You do comedy. We've performed together.
We have. We're very excited.
We have a lot to talk about. Tell me, get this journey started. Sure. Where did you start? Where did you grow up? When did you start acting?
I was raised in northern New Jersey since like third grade. And
fellow Jersey.
Sure. Although I thought you were from Somerville.
No. Common misconception.
Yes. As one might make.
I used to tell girls growing up that my grandfather owned the town to try to impress them.
How'd that work?
Never worked once.
Interesting. No. I'm shocked by that, because you would think they're like, yeah, really? So
nothing.
Sorry, but there's still hope.
Some girl's gonna talk to me someday.
So I was raised in northern New Jersey, and upper middle class, Jewish kid from Jersey, went to see plays, did chorus. So I guess my start was doing chorus with Mrs. Liakino, who then became Mrs. Cassetta because she married the principal of my grade school.
So you're talking grade school at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like grade, like the choir.
Yeah.
Like my first solo was singing Guantanamera with Mrs. Rosen in Spanish. That was my first solo.
I love it.
Sure.
Do you remember the words?
Guantanamera, Guajira Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira Guantanamera. Everybody, all the Jews, all the Jews in the corner. Yeah.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, thank you.
And you still got it.
Sure.
She taught you well.
She did. I can do Guantanamera with the drop of a sombrero.
That's your audition piece.
It is. I don't do a lot of musicals. But
no sports growing up. Not an athlete.
Look at me.
Really?
I played tennis.
Okay.
And I played soccer.
All right.
So that when I went to summer camp, up in Maine, and I'm not uncoordinated.
Right.
I can't fix an outlet, but I can play tennis. I was okay, a pretty good soccer player, and
but theater was
so the truth of the theater thing was I had a bug, but was going to be a lawyer. Right. So at summer camp, I wrote a play in third grade, and we put it on. It was really The Time Machine, which I'd seen the movie, but I turned it into our own thing, and I directed it and wrote it. And
wow!
Sure.
That's aggressive for you.
It was very aggressive for a third grader, and then so I started doing plays, and I never was like the lead.
Okay.
I was always like featured ensemble or featured role, all the way. I did community theater when I was in grade school and high school. But I also did the high school plays and the plays in grade school. And then when I got to college, I did a couple of plays. And I was doing West Side Story. And Len Berkman, who is the leading dramaturg in the world right now, but he was head of the drama department at Smith.
Uh-huh.
So he came to see me and play action in West Side Story. And wrote me a letter, handwritten letter about my work, that was speaking about my work in terms that I had never considered in the first place.
And it wasn't quit the business.
No, on the contrary, it was you must enter the business.
Wow.
And so it was the first time I'd gotten that kind of validation from somebody who and I didn't realize who he was
Sure.
at the time.
It was
And
quite a compliment.
It was an extraordinary compliment.
Yeah.
And so that started to happen piecemeal.
Okay.
So I did that, and then I went. So when I was in Amherst, I went to Amherst, and I declared a drama major. There was no pre-law though, so my parents weren't panicked yet.
Okay. I was just gonna ask. What
It's
is
like, well, a drama major at Amherst is kind of like an English major, except with more movement.
Okay.
Right? Like a lot of the same courses.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
it's still literature, even though I don't like that. I don't like theater being taught as literature. It still is often.
Right.
So, I took sociology and history and political science and fine arts, and then I went to the Geoffrey Theater Center in Connecticut, part of the, I think Conn College has accredited it.
Okay.
But it was set up by Lloyd Richards, who had been the head of the drama department at Yale.
All right.
And the Eugene O'Neill Theater Center has the Playwrights Conference now. They have a music opera conference and a cabaret conference. But during the school year, they have 2 semesters of 14 weeks
Okay.
of classes, a full semester. But you're working 7 days a week.
Wow.
So for 6 days, it's 10.5 hours a day. Sundays is 6.5 hours a day. You get 1 day off.
Wow.
So it was uber conservatory.
Yeah.
And teaching there was Mars Karnofsky, who'd been with the group theater, Uta Ogden,
Sure.
and Stella Adler's contemporary.
Gotcha.
And so he was teaching there, so I was taking like 6-7 hours of class with him a week.
Wow.
And then we had 2 teachers from the Bristol Old Vic Theatre School in London. We had Fred Vopel. It was really an extraordinary time. And that was... And you didn't have to audition. But you really needed to be committed. And I remember being there and loving every minute. All the work. And if you can handle 10.5 hours of class a day and you still have to do other work and love it, that was sort of a good litmus test, right?
Sure.
So I started writing a play there that ended up being my thesis at Amherst. I also finished all of my coursework, all the requirements, because there were so many hours.
Okay.
So I was done.
Wow.
So I get to Amherst, second semester, junior year. I'm like, I'm going to take Indian anthropology.
Some stuff for
right. So I started. So it was great for me, even though Amherst's drama department was nothing to speak of at the time. I did summer stock.
Okay.
While I was at Amherst, and then I went to drama school in London.
So is this the point where the parents start to panic?
This is when they were like, they realized that it was more than just a pre-law sidestep.
Okay, yeah, this is starting to become real. Yeah. And
the question is, well, Geoffrey, you really always wanted kids and a family, and I'm like, yeah, but I found something that I love to do, and they were hard pressed to. They never gave me a problem.
Oh, that's...
They voiced their concerns in a loving Jewish manner, which is, are you sure this is what you want to do? No, without the accent. They don't have the accent. But the tone is the same. Are you sure this is what you want to do?
This is what you want.
It's really hard.
So now, tell for our listeners, what are some of the stuff? Because I remember when I first met you, I think it was in auditions here in New York. We would go in for commercial auditions or whatever. And I remember seeing you and not even knowing you, but recognizing you from like TV or something.
No.
I'm sure I did. That's
no.
why. Now, why? Because you're the kind of guy who, like, Law and Order? Like, there's all sorts of stuff that you just pop up in, right?
Sure.
What, I mean,
So,
I don't want to embarrass you, but...
There's a lot of us. Well, I mean, if you go to IMDb, you can see. But I've done, I don't know, like, I think I'm around 84, 85 different projects of some sort.
85 different, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I've done 2.
Okay, it's way better than you. But I've never done stand-up, in Las Vegas. Or Hawaii, or a cruise ship.
Okay, yeah. I don't recommend it. It's,
really? So for our listeners, but yeah, what I get is they can't see this, so we can describe it. But what I used to get on the street was, no. So what I just did was I gave Mr. Somerville a look, thought I recognized him.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure.
Did we go to a wedding together?
Right. So that was what it was for me.
Right.
Did we go to school together? Nope.
Right.
And I still get that.
Well, and it was exciting for me because you were like the first person I was just getting into the business.
I was
like,
the first person?
You were like the first person I looked and be like, I know that person from like stuff.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was so...
You're very sheltered.
It was so cool. I was like, that's the guy from
flattering.
TV.
That's very sweet. I think, as time has progressed, I mean, I did a really big... I used to make most of my money in commercials. I mean, that was really... I was doing more commercials than I was TV shows, or almost even.
And you could make a lot of money. You could make a lot of money once upon a time, yeah.
Not so much anymore.
Yeah.
But the biggest campaign I ever did was the Kleenex Let It Out campaign. People sit on a blue couch. And they would talk, right. I was in Las Vegas.
I remember this,
right,
yes.
Briefly.
Yes.
And that was really... But I wasn't really the focus of the commercial. And so that was really when the... How do I know you?
The looks, yes.
Yeah, that's when that really was happening. Now, with the beard...
Yeah.
You can't see the beard out there... listeners.
He's got a big bushy beard.
It's a beard.
Yeah,
right? It's a beard.
That's a serious beard.
Yeah, so it's a bit iconic, and I think that it makes me more easily recognizable, and also because of Daredevil. Daredevil is the thing that I'm sort of doing often now,
okay.
And we're in our 3rd season, and that has a real built-in audience. I mean, the whole Marvel.
Sure.
Those Marvel kids.
Sure.
So, there I'm getting a little more recognition, especially among a demographic of like 20 to 40.
Absolutely, yeah. Did you grow the beard for that?
No. Do you want to hear that story?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, this is a story. Because you wanted stories.
Because it does change your whole feel.
Right, it makes me feel much more mature. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
You'll actually... Like, now I'm worth having on your podcast. Without the beard, not so much. Not so much. They can hear the beard.
I was going to...
Yeah, they can hear beard. It's like when you go to that voiceover audition, like, oh, I'm sorry, we didn't want a guy with a beard.
Yeah, right. No, you can feel it.
So, I wasn't working, and I had... So, since I wasn't working, I decided to go in and have a meniscus surgery. Because my knee had been bugging. So I go in and I have
Not just for fun, you needed it.
Well, there was the drug thing too, but that really wasn't the reason. That was just the nice,
right?
Little extra they throw your way.
Little bonus.
Yeah, sure. So I 2 weeks later though, because I never went to get any rehab, I slipped in the subway on some wet steps, and part of it is I think because of my knee, but also I was being impatient, and my legs went one way, and I grabbed the railing and went so far, I dislocated my shoulder.
Aye.
And I punched it back in.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, so there was this very nice African American guy who picked me up, and I said, I was like, "Cut me, Mick!" No, I put my arm back in, like just hit it. He goes, "No, I'm not touching it." So I punched it back in.
Oh.
Yeah. I ended up breaking 2 small bones, 3 bones in it. So I went in, or chipped like my scapula and the ball joint. So I went
are not an athlete
and tore the labrum. No, but I'm a trooper.
You certainly are.
I'm a real trooper. So I went to I went and finished. I had to teach, so I went and taught. That was like a Thursday. This happened on a Thursday. Then Friday I went and had the MRI, and he told me what it was. Monday I was home with my arm in a sling, and went in and auditioned for Daredevil and The Blacklist.
Oh, wow.
I believe they were the same day.
Wow.
Daredevil actually Blacklist I think was the following week. So I auditioned for Daredevil, and I have this makeshift sling that Monday. The surgery is going to be Tuesday, and I take the sling off, but if you watch Daredevil, so here's, what do they call these? Here's an Easter egg. Not an Easter egg. There's little things like little trivia for Daredevil. Okay. So if you watch the first season of Daredevil, my first scene, you'll see that I'm holding a file in my left hand very tightly. And that's what I did at my audition, because the only way I could stabilize my arm without wearing a sling. I didn't want to wear a sling at the audition.
Oh, wow.
So, and I got the part.
Wow.
I got the part, and I remember asking Julie Schubert if she could tell. She goes, no, couldn't tell. So, then, Tuesday, I have my surgery, and I get home same day, and I'm whacked out. I'm really, really messed up, on various appropriately prescribed pain medication for my extraordinary pain.
Legally.
Yeah, legal, and it was appropriate, and I was still in pain. But I was a little high, and they do say don't make any decisions
Under
when
the
you're on.
influence.
Yes.
Sure.
But I did, because I got a call from Warren Light, who wrote Sideman. I never studied Sideman a number of years ago, and also he was the showrunner for Special Victims Unit.
Yeah.
Or Criminal Intent? No, Special Victims Unit.
Okay.
Criminal Intent. One of the two. Special Victims Unit. He was the showrunner. Anyway, so he calls me up at home and says, "You want to be in a play?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, it's a short play, 20 pages. I'm like, "Great." He goes, "You can pick the part after you read it." I'm like, "Great." So I read it, I pick a part, and he says, "Okay, I'll tell the producer." So I get a call from the producer. Same day. They tell me that we're starting rehearsal that Friday, and we go up the following Friday.
Oh, jeez.
So, and it was for summer shorts at 59 East 59th Street.
Okay.
So, that Friday I was not available. I was not available till Monday.
Right.
And Monday I ended up with 2 auditions. So we had like 3 days of rehearsal.
Jeez.
Yes, and that Monday with
Were you high the whole time?
Define high. So I ended up auditioning for Blacklist with my arm in a different kind of sling that I also took off.
Okay.
And doing the play and starting Daredevil.
Yeah.
With my arm in a sling for like 4 months. And taking it off to shoot.
Wow.
And I have to get help with. I couldn't get my shirts on. I couldn't.
Ah.
Yeah, I was.
And how's the arm now?
I'm at 98%.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think that's all you're going to get. You're not going to ever be 100%. We're not
55.
kids. Yeah.
Dude, we're not kids. You still are. I'm not a kid.
Speaking of working with wonderful actors that you admire, you got the pleasure of working with me.
I did.
On a film. Was so exciting. As you know, I'm a big fan of yours. I don't mean to embarrass you, but I'm a big fan. And when we got cast together in, I guess they called a short film?
Well, so it started off as a web series.
Yeah.
You're speaking, of course, of Karl Manhair, Postal Inspector.
Correct.
in which I play the title role of Karl Manhair,
the Postal Inspector
himself.
Who's having some troubles.
Yeah. So, I believe it was conceived of as a web series and then became a short film so it could be entered into
some festivals.
Yeah, and I believe now it's being revisited as a web series again. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think.
And it did well. They won some stuff. Right?
Yeah. We all got. A lot of us got nominated. This thing got nominated. We got some good reviews.
Yeah.
No one didn't like it.
Right.
Everyone liked it. Not to use double negative. Everybody liked it. You know, I like it.
Yeah, I like it too, but for me it was so flattering. When you think about it, you, Amy Rutberg, who was also on Daredevil. Yeah. I mean, some real names, and that's right.
Peter McRobbie.
Yeah, that's right, Peter McRobbie.
He's in Daredevil. He was also in Lincoln.
Yeah.
He was in.
And Somerville. What was I doing there?
He was in Bridge. What's it? Bridge of Spies.
Oh yeah, was he? Okay.
Yeah, he's wonderful.
Well, yeah.
He's Scottish.
That's right.
Hi, he's great. He doesn't speak like that at all, but he's Scottish. And you, the big stand-up comic who goes flying all over the world.
But I couldn't believe I was...
to do his comic styling.
Yeah, exactly. And I play the brother, Mickey, right?
It's a big part, dude. It's a big part.
Well, for me, it was a thrill of a lifetime, dude.
Great.
Serious actors, and I'm sitting there just, dancing as fast as I can, trying to keep up with you guys.
The whole thing was a goof.
Well, speaking of crossing over, the last thing I want to ask you is stand-up. You mumbled under your breath that you had flirted with stand-up comedy.
With it. So
Tell me what happened.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed. So a friend of mine who I'd known a long time ago did these fundraisers out in Vail.
Okay.
She's from Vail. And I got a call, and she's like, "Do you want to come out to Vail? You just have to sing something. Sing a song."
Right.
Like, sure, I can sing. I'll sing.
Guantanamera?
Guantanamera. I sang I Don't Remember Christmas.
Okay.
By Maltby and Shire. And there's a band, and it was going to be great. So I fly out there. Have you ever been to Vail?
Yes. Beautiful.
I'd never been to Vail. And I fly in and get a little bit of altitude poisoning.
Ah, yeah.
But the way it affected me is my inner neurotic Jew came out.
Okay.
So all of a sudden I'm talking like this. I'm like, I'm not sure. Like, we have oxygen where I live, and it's like, I'm so cold. I wish I hadn't gotten circumcised. And they see how you're laughing, so they thought it was really funny, and they said, you have to do that. I'm like, what do I have to do? They said, well, you have to. We would like you to do something in the first half, so why don't you do what you're doing now? Like, what are you talking about? I'm not a stand-up comic. I'm a sit-down social worker. I can't. And so they thought it was really funny, and they said, I either have to do that or go home.
Really?
As a production meeting. I don't know if they're serious or not, but I was whacked out of my head, so I said, okay.
I guess I'm doing it.
So I took basically those conversations that I was having with them and turned it into probably 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, but the first...
On the fly, you just created a stand-up
set. Yeah, the first 3 minutes were all physical comedy. So I wore all the clothing I brought and came out on stage, and I had, those coat racks that are freestanding.
Yeah.
They look like a tree.
Yep. Yep.
So I put everything on one side so the tree would fall down, and I had to catch it while I was taking off my clothes. So it was physical comedy.
You're doing a bit.
I didn't have to talk. So I was so nervous. And I had a table and a glass of water, and I said, hi, I'm Geoffrey. I'm a sit-down comic. I guess it's obvious. So it's just that.
And how'd you do? How was it received?
The first night was good.
Okay.
The second night, there were 600 drunk Valians.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
That's a tough crowd.
And they seemed to really enjoy it. The second night, they really, really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Because I got my timing down a little bit, and I told circumcision jokes, like, what else are you going to tell? And whatever. And anyway.
And that's it? You got it out of your system? Never wanted to revisit
I did want to revisit it, but I was drunk the whole time, so I didn't have any confidence to do it again.
Exactly. Yeah, if you're going to do it for a career, it's tough to be drunk all the time when
I would think. I was very nervous. Very, very nervous.
That's tough to picture you being nervous.
Yeah. Well, I was really nervous.
Well, yeah. I wish I would love to see it. Anytime you want to open for me.
I think I may have a video of it.
Yeah, please send me that link. I would love. It's
not a link.
It's
It's a video. Remember?
An actual VHS? That's hysterical. Yeah. Back in the day. I remember when I first started, all my reel was all VHS. Right. I went to the post office, mailed 100 of them out.
It took forever.
Took forever. Yeah.
Now I edit it myself.
Well, we've come a long way.
We have. You and I and.
Thank you
me.
So much. And our egos and our.
Well, I hope you find a girl.
Thank you. I do too, and my parents do as well. Yeah. They want a grandchild.
Well, we're fans of your little web series.
The web series.
Sure,
Thank you so much.
We watch it on Instagram.
I appreciate that.
I comment often.
Thank you. I love your comments on my stuff. You're always, because you do get a lot of silly knucklehead people commenting on, like, trying to make jokes. Your stuff always cracks me up.
Because I'm funny.
Yes, you are.
But not stand-up funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geoffrey Cantor, thanks for coming in.
Oh, thank you. No, stop. Thanks. Thank you. It's really great to be here.
We'll see you next time on Greetings from Somerville.